Hey everybody, Tyson Curtis here, your friend on Facebook. I'm going to ramble along here. I'm just going to talk and talk and talk because I'm not a professional speaker or anything, so please don't judge me. But I wanted to get a message out to all my friends on Facebook and just kind of encourage you all to start sharing content on your Facebook that's about you, your life, things going on in your life, things that are actually important to you and your successes and your failures. That's okay too. But I encourage you all to start sharing more information about you because the reason I friended you on Facebook was so that I can learn more about you and follow your life and see how things are going, especially with my friends that I've been friends with for, most of my life. I want to know what's going on in your life. And one of the things that's it's kind of discouraging on Facebook is the fact that you look at a lot of your friends' Facebook, the news feed, and all you see is your friends sharing their friends' stuff, like sharing stuff that's nothing to do with them. They might be trying to invite you to a game or just weird YouTube videos and stuff like that they found on the internet. Look, guys, if I wanted to go find weird YouTube videos and stuff like that, I'd go find it on YouTube. I'm your friend on Facebook because I want to see some more stuff about you. And so what I want to do is, I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, and it's kind of hard to talk to them all at once, so I'm hoping they all get an opportunity to watch this video. But I highly encourage you guys, and please start sharing more about your life because I want to see more of you. So what I want to do in this video is I want to share a little bit for those of my friends that don't 100% know who I am and what I'm all about. I'd like to share with you right now exactly what it is that I do for a living. So let's go ahead and dive in. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys first the most important thing to me, which is my family. So right here, this is a picture of my beautiful family. There is my wife right here, my wife Chelsea, my beautiful daughter Lila, and my awesome son Rodri, and then I got Fabricio, and I got Tristan. Now this picture was taken over in Southern California when we were visiting my wife's parents. So this video, or this image, sorry, see I'm rambling here, is actually about 2 years old. So if you want to see the new pictures, you just go over to my Facebook and you can look at my news feed. But family is very important to me. I just want to let you guys know. The dream life would be not having to work ever and just travel around and hanging out with family and just having a good old time. And I think that's what most people want. And you know what? I had jobs in the past, like I've worked for people, but what I found is when I did that, I just always had to like clock in and be at the job when they wanted me to be there and that kind of stuff. And some of you guys might say, well, that's life. That's just how it is. Well, actually, it's not, because since 2012, I haven't had a boss and I've been able to do what I want when I want. I'm not saying that I'm super wealthy or anything, but I do have a lot more time than a lot of my friends. And so what I like to do is I'm trying to, put together that dream lifestyle for my family that I could be that dad that doesn't miss sporting events with the kids and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just dive into some of my pictures on my Facebook wall or my Facebook so I can just maybe talk about some images that I have here. So look, here's a trip that we went, me and my wife, we went to the Bahamas. So I got a little Bahamas trip. Everyone wants to go, like on a trip like that, right? Here's some really cool, these are called Polaris Razors. I went with my buddy Brian. He took us up in the mountains, the Blue Mountains in Washington State. It was so fun. I don't yet own one of these, but I totally want to own one of these someday. It was such a fun trip. I mean, we were going up these really huge steep hills, powder snow. I mean, it was a fun day. And my son Fabricio, he had a ton of fun, cruising around on the mountain with me. So we actually got stuck in it. It was awesome. So here's Rodri. Hey, if I had pictures of my kids like this, and my kids are beautiful, by the way. Rodri's awesome. I just put this little picture together, put it on Facebook, and I said, did you smile today? This makes me smile. I hope it helps other people smile. But if I can do something to make other people smile, it does make me feel pretty good. This is my other son, Tristan. I put every bounce, you become stronger. I just kind of put this thing. I like to include my kids and things. Like I said, family is amazing and very important to me. This is actually a picture. I don't know if you guys can see that. But this is a picture of my three boys. I'm very proud. They just all started riding, bikes on the BMX track. So I've got my little race team. This has always been a dream. I am going to get my daughter. She's only 2. But I guarantee you I'll get her on a bicycle too. So, yeah. Isn't that kind of the dream, guys, is just doing stuff with your family? Look, back in the day, this was me. This is quite a while ago. I did this company. It was like one of those work from home things. So I took a little picture here. It says, "Work like there's someone working 24 hours a day to take it all away from you." Like I said, just if I can inspire you, that's really what my goal is about here. I got lots of videos on my Facebook I like to share, and I do like RC cars. That's one thing that I really like. So if you guys have cool, videos of you doing RC cars or stuff like that, share them with me. I got videos of playing with Hot Wheels with my kids. I got videos of, going to the bicycle track with my kids, trampoline park with my kids, dirt bike races with my kids. We like going to dirt bike races. Yes, you might see me doing some weird, funky videos every now and then, but that's just to make you guys laugh because that's my goal here. I want to make people feel good. I mean, I really do. I do love people. I like people. I like company. I just always been that way. I'm normally the one that will, embarrass you if you hang out with me. So sorry if I ever embarrass you guys. Hey, we got these really cool Power Wheel Hot Wheel things at Walmart. So both my boys, we set up the cones and we race those around. Let me share you guys some of my photos here. You guys can dive into my Facebook profile too and look at all these pictures at any time, but I just figured I would just kind of show you guys on video because I really didn't have much to talk about, but by looking at images with you, I can maybe talk about it and a little bit. So here, look, here's a picture of my boys. Look at that. There's my boys right here. This is that picture that I shared with you guys. This is Fabricio, this is Rodri, and this is Tristan. This is the bicycle track. I like riding too, but currently right now I sold my BMX bike, so I'm waiting to get another one, but I'll be riding with them. Here's me in my home office. I'm showing off my 3 monitors. Here's our new little lizard. We just caught this on a little hike that we just did here recently. Little cool. I think it's called what do they call that lizard? I can't remember what it was like it'll get me here. I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, I was taking pictures of it and asking my friends, what it was. Check this out. Rodri just had his birthday, and my wife, Chelsea, she made this awesome Lucky Charm pie for him. He loved it. And let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, I had this little block with chain because it's supposed to stand for like the blockchain. You know how a lot of people are in like cryptocurrencies of Bitcoin. So I'm into that kind of stuff. I do, I've been learning. I'm not an expert, but I've been learning about Bitcoin. So that's been fun. Here's some of my buddies here. This is Clint and Chris and myself. And the 3 of us were, and a couple other executive leaders, were actually building an opportunity right now. I think it's going to be $1 billion company, but we're building it right now. And that's one of the big projects that I'm working on right now, which is going to be pretty sweet. Let me share with you guys what it is I do for work. So this is kind of, look at this before we do that. Here, check out our RC cars. So me and my son Fabricio, we've been doing this. These RC cars, these have been a lot of fun. This car goes like both of them go about 60 miles an hour. And supposedly mine can like race across swimming pools and stuff because it goes so fast. And if it goes underwater, it doesn't break because it's waterproof. But okay, so those are some of the fun things. Oh, actually, check this out. Old school, bringing it back. This is me back in the day. I think I was like 13 years old. I'm this guy right here. And I used to race BMX bikes. And so I was just like super skinny, 120 pounds, growing up. Had no fat on my body at all. But I rode probably 10 miles every day on my BMX bike. I thought I was going to be like a BMX star, professional racer or something like that. And this is my cousin Matt and my cousin Sapon. So we're just having a good time as kids there. Oh, there's my son Rodri. Got his haircut. So guys, I mean, really, if you guys want to see more, just go through my pictures on my profile. I would like you guys to start sharing this kind of stuff. Look at this. My kids got into dirt biking. This is Tristan. He's 4 years old. And then this bike behind Tristan is actually my bike. So anything that my kids are doing, I do with them. This was my old office. I used to have an office that I would teach marketing, network marketing type stuff I would teach out of. So I used to go there every day, but now I just kind of work from home, which is nice. I don't have to go very far to work. Actually, here's a picture of the building where I was at. It was pretty cool. So I had this thing right here. I was there for about a year, but spending like $2,000 a month on an office is quite a bit of money for rent. When when you got house payment and then you got office payment. So kind of downside a little bit. So I'm actually just at home now, building my stuff. Check this out. Here's a nice picture of my boys. We're out riding dirt bikes. Check that out. It's pretty cool. Oh, and I just got this truck, and this is our monster truck. And so, I got it because, my kids like monster trucks, and it's their truck, not my truck. I mean, I get to drive it, but it's pretty much for them. Yeah, so let me share with you guys some stuff. So I guess if you ask me what I do for a living, I build these websites that look like this. They're not just websites, they're like member sites. So check this out. So if I click on login here to this site, they're like full on marketing sites. So I teach people how to, market any business on the internet. And so this was the social media center site that I built when I was working, out of the house in my office. But yeah, I just have step by step, kind of like a schooling type class, and I just kind of go through and I teach different ways to market any business. And then I also teach how to build capture pages like this. You see, this is a video, and so I'll be talking in this video. Hi, I'm Tyson. And then I have an opt-in form down below. It gets their name, their email, and their phone number. See, in what I do for work is I've always been in sales, but any successful salesperson needs contacts, people to sell to. And back before 2012, the old school way of doing it was just go talk to people and then pitch your sale, try to sell everything to everybody. But what I found is when you put forms like this on the internet, they get name, email, and phone number, you actually get people who really want to engage or connect with you. Like right here, there's a video, name, email, phone number, and then it says, yes, I'm interested, call me. So what I like to do is I would rather have people contacting me and saying, hey, contact me. Because when someone asks you to contact them in sales, it's so much easier to share whatever it is that you're offering or selling or anything like that, because they actually approached you and they asked you to come to them. And I see so many people out there, they're still doing it the old school way where they're actually approaching people and saying, hey, I got this thing. And that's not what you want to do. That's like repelling people away. And so one thing I do is I do teach people how to build these forms so they can actually attract people, get people's information, and then they can follow up with them to sell whatever it is they want to sell. I'm actually the owner of this site, and I'm also the owner of this site. This is called the Open Jacket Network. What it stands for is it stands for like the guy that walks around the street and tries to sell you everything out of his jacket. I'm just kind of being funny when I built this thing. But check this out. I'll go ahead and log into it. And I got like 6,000 people as students in this program, and this thing came out in like 2014. And it's just it's just a training program. So they get in here. I call it the K through 12, success, school type thing. And they can donate like $50 a month, and they can donate money to me, and it's like $50 a month, and then they get all my trainings. So with this one, my goal is to have a couple hundred people pay me $50 a month, and it adds up, But right now, this thing's kind of slow as far as paying me, but it's cool because it's a nice platform. It's something I did. I like to do things. I like to try things, but you'll see that they can kind of run through here. They can go to different classes that I have back here. They can see the different trainings like first grade. It's called Facebook Marketing 101. But yeah, I just build these sites, guys. If you guys ever wondered what I do for a living, I build these big member sites, and I also have other people who have contacted me and asked me to build them sites for their big corporate companies. So I've actually built some pretty nice systems for actual companies that they share with thousands and thousands of people. One company's got over like 100,000 people in it, and I was able to design the back end, and all of their people were able to log into this back office and go through all the training and all this kind of stuff. And actually right now, one of the projects that I'm working on, and another reason that I wanted to do this video to let you guys know who I am, I want to show you guys what I've done. But what I want to share for those of you who are my friends on here that didn't know this, I actually, because now you know kind of like what I do for a living and why I do what I do. I just want to share with you guys that I'm building something right now that I believe is going to be $1 billion company, because crypto or Bitcoin is huge out there right now, and I believe digital currency is the future. I've invested a bunch of time building a whole member site back end, amazing website that I'm working on right now with these people, and they've had huge success before, and so I know. I don't know, but I have a good feeling we're going to be $1 billion company. And right now we're not launched yet, but we have a private launch invite time period right now where I can invite people in through the private launch, so you can actually come in, um, without having to actually pay anything. But I can kind of get you into the company, and you can kind of take a look around before the rest of the world. But yeah, I wanted to also invite you guys to that. So if you guys are interested in that, so that I know you guys are interested in that, if you comment below here, just give me a comment like, yeah, show me the $1 billion company. Just if you can just comment below, show me the $1 billion company or something, so that I know. And then also, look, I would love, like, instead of you guys just watching this video, because I know it's going to say there's a ton of people that watch this video. For those of you who actually watched it to this point, I definitely, if you're here right now, and we've never talked on the phone before, I definitely encourage you to hit the message inbox or comment and say, hey, let's connect, because I want to truly connect with you, because we need to be friends. You shouldn't be watching 10, 15 minutes of someone's video and not be friends with that person. I mean, obviously, you're looking at my stuff and you like what you see here, so let's go ahead and connect. Let's connect on the phone. And also, if we do that and we connect, then maybe I could help you with your Facebook as well. And so, hey guys, back to the main point of this video was to encourage you to share, kind of like what I just shared, and start sharing with, who you really are. I want to know who you are. It's crazy. So many times people contact me because I have like these, I have like 5,000 friends. Some people are my friend because they want to actually look and see what I'm doing or get ideas from me or whatever. But a lot of them friend me because they want to sell me something. Okay. And they sign up, they friend me. And the first thing they do when they go to talk to me, they're like, hey, check my link out, check my business out or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I don't even know who you are. And what's so crazy? Like, a lot of times they'll reach out to me and they'll try to sell me something, and they'll be like, hey man, I got this really cool tool that it lets you build these capture opt-in forms where you get the name, email, phone number, and all this stuff. And I'm just thinking, dude, do you not know anything about me? That's what I do for a living. I build these funnel tools. And so many times they'll sell me tools or try to pitch me tools which I'm creating, and I'm like, dude, why would I use what you have? See, so obviously this is a little lesson I want to give to my Facebook friends that sell. You cannot sell somebody something if you don't know that person. Okay, it's like a huge red flag turn off. It would be like me having I got my truck, right, that I love. We got this monster truck, and you show up and you're like, dude, I got something for you. I got this big white truck for you that you have to have. But you don't even know that I have one already. You're like, no, you have to have this. I'm like, dude, I already got one. So if you know more about people and you actually are there to actually assist them and help them and show people you actually care, that you're interested in them and their life, for those of you who sell, you're going to do so much better if you actually share with people that you actually care. Okay, don't just be that sleazy salesperson. It's man. It's kind of like this. Here's an example for terrible salespeople. I've got one of those really nice vacuums, like the Filter Queen ones that are like $2,000 or whatever, and I love it. Well, someone comes to your door and they're selling Kirby vacuums, and they knock on your door and they're like, "Hey, want to buy a Kirby?" I'm like, "Dude, I already got a Filter Queen." You know what I mean? And then they'll be like, "Well, how much did you pay for that one?" It doesn't matter, dude. I love what I got. So it's really hard to sell something if you don't know your people. And so those people that I used to do door-to-door sales, but check this out. When you knock on someone's door, you have no idea about that person. So it's really hard to sell someone something if you don't know what they already have or you don't know what they need. And so use Facebook as a tool to kind of investigate people before you sell something to them. So sales is not a bad business to be into, and it's not a hard business if you understand and you know your community and you know the group of people that you're talking to. So anyways, guys, Facebook, to wrap it up, Facebook is definitely a useful tool for business. It's a useful tool for family to connect with each other, as long as we are actually truly sharing on our Facebook us. Not the other person, but sharing us. If you're sharing you, I want to be your friend. But if you're going to go share something else and not you, it's probably not going to work out. So guys, thanks for being my friend on Facebook. I encourage you guys to keep sharing your amazing pictures and the things that you do with your family. I love, for those of you that are my friends for years, thank you so much for being my friend. I'm going to continue to follow you on Facebook because I love to see you guys grow and your families growing up and all the successes that you're having. But anyways, I love you guys. Thanks for being my friend. We'll see you on Facebook.